Hey guys, this is Martha reading Hedgehog with my review for This Savage Song by Victoria Schwab, the first book in the Monsters of Verity duology. This is technically YA, and just like with all of Victoria Schwab's books, I can't really put it into any genre because it is unique all on its own. But I would tender towards maybe paranormal, possibly supernatural, but again, I really can't say. Maybe urban fantasy. But again, I really can't say because Victoria Schwab has a tendency of writing books that can be classified, which is, by the way, not a complaint. I would never complain about any of her books, quite honestly. But yes, technically YA, but it can obviously be enjoyed by adults. I gave this book a 5 out of 5 stars. If I could, I would give it more. I can't tell you too much about it, the premise, because I don't want to give too much away, but this takes place in a world where monsters are literally born out of acts of violence, and depending on the act of violence, there are 3 different kinds of monsters that are born from them. And this follows a dual narration, one from the point of a girl named Kate, who is human and will do positively anything she can to get her father's attention, even if it means doing monstrous things. And it also follows the perspective of another character named August, who is one of these monsters. He was born from a middle school shooting, and he will do anything he can to feel human. Which, of course, he can't really change what he is, but he will do anything he can to not feel like a monster, because he did not want to be born from what he was born from. And that's about all I can tell you. This, as usual, with all of Victoria Schwab's stories, this is mostly world-based, mostly world-propelled. Her world is very complex and very vivid and very original and very dark in this. But it is the heart of this story, and then she has her characters that populate it and just make it even more rich. Kate is a very fascinating character because she is so, in a lot of ways, so unrelatable. You would think that because she is a girl who's trying to get her parents' attention, that she would be relatable, but she is in such an interesting psychological state that she is bizarrely unrelatable at the same time. But she is still extremely fascinating, and I found her story to be very interesting and very, very dark, and very compelling, and I just really liked her. She is a very unique female YA protagonist, and she is sympathetic, even despite everything that she does. August, of course, perhaps unsurprisingly, was my favorite out of the two. I adored them both, but I related to August more, which you wouldn't think the monster would be the one that'd be relatable, but he actually is. At least for me, he is. You know, he belongs to this world that he doesn't want to belong to, but he doesn't really have a choice, and he's fighting against his nature. But there's literally nothing he can do about it, but he tries so very hard. Also, August plays the violin, and that hits a personal chord with me, no pun intended, because I'm a fiddler, violinist, you know, I play the same instrument. And I just really, really liked that. August's story is also extremely, extremely dark. Everything in this book is really dark. But it's very compelling too, and very heart-wrenching and sad and beautiful. And this story really is kind of an allegory on the monsters that live inside people and the things people will do to destroy their humanity, really, is the message I got from it. But at the same time, it's also a very hopeful book. I can't really tell you how, because that will give away lots of things. But it was a wonderful book. The world is rich, the characters are magnificent, the writing is gorgeous and very atmospheric. And just this book is amazing. I seem to say this every time Victoria Schwab releases a new book, that it is my new favorite. And this is no exception. This Savage Song is my new favorite out of her books. My new favorite of the year, one of the best reads of 2016. Everything about it lingers with you, and just, I read this literally in one day, one sitting. Could not put it down. It's a very fast read. The narration is very, very quick, and precise. At the same time, she doesn't sacrifice world building for too fast a plotline. She balances the pacing and the development extremely well. And just, develops all of her characters, and the plot and everything is just wonderful. You guys should totally pick it up and read it yourselves, because I'm in no way whatsoever doing justice to this book at all. Again, because I'm trying not to give a bunch of stuff away. But you should totally pick it up. This is a book you will not forget. And I really, really enjoyed it. I cannot wait for the sequel. And yes, you guys should go read it. So that's my review for this Savage Song. I hope you found it useful, and probably was mostly rambly. But it was a very, very, very good book. And let me know what you thought of it, if you've read it already, or if you have any questions. Comment down below, and I'll see you guys around with another video sometime. Bye.